My cousin's in the hospital. She had an accident. Now she's out, thank God, and doing great. Did you ever hear about the story of real-life superheroes? There are people... I found out this one. This is in San Diego. Called the Extreme Justice League. And I found their story on Wikipedia. The Extreme Justice League was founded in 2006 by Mr. Extreme. Extreme, man. Sorry. But they're awesome people, by the way, so I am not making fun of them. Mr. Extreme, who does regular patrols in San Diego. Their duties include the homeless outreach, safety patrols, and attempting to de-escalate fights. Registered as a non-profit, they work with local community and the police. They have been featured in several news stories. That is really cool, by the way, how they help, the homeless, safety patrols, de-escalate fights. They're a non-profit, and I'm stretching, by the way. And they really do cool things, so you gotta give it to them on that one. I've never heard of these real life superheroes, and I think I seen like one documentary about it on YouTube, and I think it was about the Phoenix Jones dude. Like, I don't know if anyone's ever heard of him. He's the guy who was a real life superhero, and and they end up beating up criminals and stuff. do 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 do. Let's see. I'm trying to find the one story that really interested me. It's about the dude they dubbed as the Russian Batman. Who... I can't really explain how the story happened. A guy... I'm trying to find the news article story, because... it was about a guy who dressed up wearing a cape and beat up drug dealers and stuff. I found it. The Daily Mail UK. Real life Batman. Video of a real life Russian Batman was spotted emerging from a building. The Moscow Batman emerged from the building, dropped flares on the ground, and left the scene, allegedly said to have been a drug den. That's it. The video, he doesn't even look like a Batman. He looks like a guy wearing a black ski mask and a cape. Here it is. An article. The man who dubs himself as the Reaper. The Reaper has been roaming the streets of Moscow. According to him, he helping to arrest criminals after declaring war on the drug dealers in the area. I have been wounded more than once, he tells the Plan Zebra. It's a magazine, by the way, if you don't know what that is. After being asked if he was afraid of getting hurt, it was foolish to fear pain or injury when you know what you're doing. He adds, the Reaper says he helped capture criminals. So far he caught around 40. There's a photo of him. Damn. It's cool looking. His costume's kind of like a mixture. His costume is a mixture of Spawn meets Punisher meets Batman. He even has a Twitter page. Send him a message. Don't. I don't want him reaching out to me. But it's a cool costume. He looks like Spawn, Punisher, Batman. Kind of way to describe it. Public awareness of the masked vigilante skyrocketed after a release of a video that appears to show the Reaper walking calmly out of a building. It was a house, by the way, not a building. Nonchalantly dropping smoke bombs on the ground and walking off into the darkness, his cape ruffling through the air. The vigilante outfit has drawn many comparisons to Batman, but the way I look at it, he looks like Spawn, Punisher, a little bit of Batman. Including being with he has his own utility belt complete with non-lethal grenades and pepper spray. I was exiting from the entrance of the house. I was exiting from the entrance of the house when I detained 2 drug traffickers. He says, when he was asked about the video, I used the smoke bomb to ignite my mark to notify police. The Reaper does not use deadly force, he says. When he helped local police forced to do their job. This is the first and last time I was recorded on video, he adds. I guess he beat up the guy who was recording him. I don't know what to think. The Masked Man has his very own Twitter page linked to an email for the tip hotline, where you can reach him if you know illegal activity in your neighborhood. By the way, don't email him or troll him, by the way, so... I mean, I'll admit this. He's doing a really cool job, what he's doing. As a person who lives in outside of an area that local police don't really do their job, I have to admit this guy is doing a good job. So don't email him, troll him on stuff, because he's doing something that we would want to do. Dress up as our favorite superhero, take out crime, and defend the innocent. This guy is really cool. So if you do follow him on Twitter, just give him a compliment. Tell him he's doing something good. Because it's something we would all want to do. So, but he says sometimes he goes out, relies on nothing but luck when he finds criminals and stuff. The Reaper reportedly sent a letter to local police and a newspaper, according to the Daily Mail. But the Russian police hasn't officially confirmed this. You don't know me, it reportedly says. Unlikely you have heard about me. I call myself Reaper. And for the past 6 months, I have been struggling with the disease that's been long plaguing our society, crime. That's pretty badass. I fight drug dealers, rapists, and gangs. I do not kill or cripple. I am not against the police or authorities, but I do root out the evil that police and authorities can't reach. So, I don't know how the story has not been popular on social media and stuff. The guy dresses up as a vigilante, or as some people call it, a vigilante. Kind of a dumb term to say, but it's really cool to see something like this. So it's an interesting story. So, yeah. Anyway, let's get to the other story. Arkham. Batman Arkham. I haven't really heard much about Batman Arkham lately. Besides that they confirmed that they're working on a video game at WB Montreal, so I know that they released concept art of the cancelled Arkham Knight sequel, which would have Damian Wayne Batman. And I'll tell you this, the concept art looks really interesting. I tell you, I don't know what to think of it. Of the concept art for Damian Wayne Batman. There's been like a related story including a Batman game based on Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy that almost happened. Which, by the way, I did read about it. It was a really interesting story. The story, the concept art, a lot of it that doesn't make any sense, like Gorilla Grodd being in it. When I heard that, I was just like, isn't that a Flash villain? Why is Grodd in the story? Gender flip Black Mask. A young Poison Ivy. And the White Rabbit, which was kind of stupid, by the way. I'll tell you one thing. The video game looks interesting, the concept art. Like a decay destroyed Wayne Enterprise. It looked like the artwork kind of looked like the concept art for the Crow City of Angels. It kind of had that vibe. Just, if you don't know what that is, it's kind of a boring Crow film. Wasn't that good, by the way. But neighbors are fighting. Ah, shit. The video game wouldn't have featured much of. Would have also featured a much older Bruce Wayne. So this would have been like a Batman Beyond-esque type video game. I don't like it, unfortunately. I love Batman Beyond, but I wouldn't want to play a Batman Beyond video game, because if I can't play Bruce Wayne Batman, then what point is there to play a Batman video game if you can't play as Bruce Wayne Batman, the OG, Batman? It would also have Dick Grayson. But fans of the Rocksteady games will know that Damian Wayne wasn't seen during the trilogy of the Batman video games. And, well, it'd also be clear that Talia and Batman probably wouldn't have had a kid since Talia died in Arkham City. Oh, that was a shame.